Hey guys, it's Sakura's Game here in the video. Today we talk about Kunimitsu from Tekken 7. She has a daughter that's gonna be in the game for the DLC, and so we talk about her in this video. We'll talk about her mother, and I think they updated it. I hope so. They updated it so they can go on to talk about her daughter as well, on how she was raised and who her father was. We know her mother. That was it. So Kunimitsu, trader of the female ninja, Tekken 2, status unknown, Nijutsu, origin Japan, height 173, 5'8". Oh, she's tall. She's very tall for a girl. Very tall. And she weighed 58 kilograms, 120 pounds. Is blind? Well, really? She's blind? Oh, that's interesting. I really think she was blind. Oh, that's interesting. Her hair is red. Her legs are sheath knives, and her grandfather and her daughter, just like Yoshimitsu and Michelle Chang. Oh, interesting. Human, female, age unknown, blood type 0, occupation, theft, and former member of the Maji clan. Hobby, constructing machines. She can at least construct an air dryer. Oh my gosh. Family unnamed, grandfather. Kunimitsu 2, daughter. Allergen neutral, game appearance all here. This article is detailed Kunimitsu Tekken 2, for her daughter Tekken 7. See Kunimitsu 2. Kunimitsu, pretty sure I'm saying her wrong. Given the two Kunuchi characters in Tekken fighting game series, the first Kunimitsu made her appearance in the original Tekken as an unlockable character who acted as a sub-boss for Michael Chang. I don't know why I'm saying her name so many times. It is unknown what happened to Kunimitsu after the last consolation appearance in Tekken 2. However, she is succeeded by her daughter in Tekken 7. Both Kunimitsu 1 and Kunimitsu 2 are Kunoichis who wear fox masks and are utilized representing close-range weapons. Biography: Kunimitsu started out as a pretty petty theft, but later joined the Maji clan in order to join her skills and renounce her Japanese nationality. In order to remain anonymous, she trained hard to learn the art of Maji ninjutsu and improve her thieving abilities while entailing abiding by the rules of the clan. Stealing from the rich and giving it to the poor, she later began to steal from the clan's funds for her own benefits. When Yoshimitsu, the head of Maji clan, discovered her theft, the outraged leader banished her from the clan. With few options remaining, Kunimitsu restored to her medding air conditioner to make a living. It was during this time that she heard a valuable treasure held by a young native woman sought by Hajime Mazu, the wealthy head of Mashi Zabizatsu. Kunimitsu vowed to steal treasure for herself and enter the Force Iron Fist tournament. She provided the perfect opportunity to do so. However, upon confronting Michael-chan, the pendant owner, Kunimitsu was defeated in battle. Humiliated, she retreated to her former home to stay with her grandfather. During this time, she learned from her grandfather that the sword was held by Yoshimitsu, also called Yoshimitsu, was a priceless artifact handed down through the generations of the Maji, that despite a lifetime of effort, he had unsuccessful forging replicas determined to steal the sword on behalf of her grandfather. Kunimitsu enters the second Iron Fist King of Iron Fist tournament to face her former leader, which she confronts Yoshimitsu Kitsune once again defeats in battle. Kunimitsu turned her back on the tournament for her two-time failure at earning the Iron Fist tournament. Many years later, she gave birth to a daughter, who eventually became the successor to the title of Kunimitsu. Her fate after the second Kitsune birth is unknown. Personality is very energetic and genetic character, speaking few words and revealing little of her personality. However, it could be deduced from her actions she is part of the Maji clan, that she is cold, self-expression with a greed for riches and value. And valuables, despite this, Kitsune does not seem to be completely heartless, as she seems to have a fondness of her grandfather, in turn was welcoming to her after she returned from her time with the Maji clan, and implied that her daughter looks up to her, as her daughter goes after Yoshimitsu after learning of the Kitsune pursuit of his sword long ago. Appearance, I think you know her appearance right here. Her outfit, you can see right here. Story, there's a lot of versions of it. Let me just show it right there. So Kunimitsu is a former member of the Maji party. These guide Kunimitsu denounced from the group by its leader Yoshimitsu. She stole her own personal interests. She's going against the Maji party principle, even after explicitly from the Maji party. She pursues working as a thief and cleaning her finances. She has an ill-reasonable route. It would appear that she has her sight on the native treasure. Hayachi's pledge, she is referred as a male in her bio. Second, Kunimitsu was a member of the Maji crime syndicate, but she saw her own interests. She expelled by the leader Yoshimitsu. Even after that, she continues to steal without reforming. Her reasons for entering the tournament and plundering the treasure that Mishi stole from the Native Americans. Version 1, the sword in Yoshimitsu kept the katana, and enchanted Yoshimitsu serves the life forces of its enemy. It seems to competent among the Maji party dedicated to the current leader of the group must kill the former leader with the sword when change of the leadership is at hand. No matter how many times Kunimitsu's grandfather, a swordsman, tried to forge a sword as precious as the katana with enchanted Yoshimitsu, he was unsuccessful. Believing her feral grandfather desired to make high-quality katana before his death, Kunimitsu decided to join the tournament in order to seize Yoshimitsu's blade. Second version, Kunimitsu is known as the Devil Cat. She is a former member of the Maji clan Ninja Bandits, led by Yoshimitsu. She lost her Japanese identity when she joined the group of maintain her anonymity. Upon joining her, she taught the skills of the stealth and knife Maji schools and Jujutsu. She stayed with the group a few months until a series of petty thieves from band's funds and led her demise at the loose ends, and decided to train as a mechanic, mending, and air conditioners. Kunimitsu entered the first King of Iron Fist tournament in intentions of stealing the native treasures from the young brave Michelle Chang, and Kunimitsu was easily defeated. Feeling humiliated, she sought soul with her grandfather, a swordsman with a reputation. He informed Kunimitsu that the sword was used by Yoshimitsu, also called Yoshimitsu, has the relic of the unmatchable value she learned at the hands through Majime clan, and has the power to serve an enemy of both spirituality and mentality. The sword exchanged hands when needs and leader elected. The leader is ritual sacrifice. The sword is power transfer, and the new owner, her grandfather, has spent her entire life existence trying to forge a copy of the sword. Kunimitsu enters the King Iron Fist tournament to face and defeat Yoshimitsu, thus claiming his sword so that her grandfather can make a copy before his death. Version 3, the Swords of Good Fortune and Light is the sword which is a generation after generation. It succeeded in the Maji party, which is assumed the heir of the party is shut off. There is a rule that the leader of the next generation cuts the leader of the previous generation with this sword. Kunimitsu participates in the tournament in order to take the sword. Ending descriptions of the sword. Kunimitsu is in the forest standing before the long stone holding Yoshimitsu's sword. Kunimitsu looks at her face and reflection on the sword. She decides to test the sword by slicing the stones in two with it, and Kunimitsu successfully done this and shown with the slice of stone to the ground. Kunimitsu appears as a playable character in Tekken Tag Tournament. Ending description, Kunimitsu and Yoshimitsu are about to fight each other in the snow-covered forest amid heavy snowfall. They lunged at each other and clashed weapons, and a few seconds after the impact, Yoshimitsu falls to the ground. Kunimitsu swirls her knife around and throws in the air triumphantly and then disappears. This is the ending takes place in Yoshimitsu's second Tekken Tag Tournament stage, which is called Yoshimitsu B. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Kunimitsu returned in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, playable for the first time in over a decade since the original Tekken Tag Tournament. She's a downloadable character in the console version of the game. In the console version intro, she is teaming up with Raven in order to fight with Nina and An. Ending, Yoshimitsu is riding the horse through the forest, unaware that Kunimitsu is stealthily following him. Kunimitsu then shots a dart at the horse, alerted to her presence. Yoshimitsu quickly jumps off the horse and two engage in battle. Yoshimitsu manages to knock Kunimitsu to the ground and point his sword at her. After deciding to spare her, he proceeds to shed his sword. After doing this, he realized that Kunimitsu was stealing his sword and replaced it with a stick, and she has run away with it. Yoshimitsu remarks you greatly improved. So special and allied partners Raven, Yoshimitsu, and Jessie. Jessie. I think that's how you say the name. Kunimitsu pairs with the local playable character in Tekken Revolution. She was included with Del Jin as part of the summer campaign event. Character relation Kunimitsu, her daughter, and the successor, Yoshimitsu. He expelled Kunimitsu from the Maji clan after she was found stealing from the funds, and later in Tekken 2, she's targeted the sword for the sake of her grandfather to allow him to make a duplicate before his death. Martial Chang, she proceeds to pendant the martially possessed in Tekken. Raven, her partner in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 home version opening. And there's trivia. Kunimitsu's English profile in Tekken specifically states that she is a male, that the fact that she used Yoshimitsu's voice effects and altered in addition to the masculine shape build she had at the time to make a mistake very convincing. This changed from Tekken 2 onward. She's given both a female voice effect and a feminine build, but seems likely that in the first case she was fully intended to be male. Oh, really? That's interesting. Her name is translated to Kun and states that Mitsu, shine. Kunimitsu is the tallest human in the female fighters in the series at 173 centimeters, 5'8". Yeah, she's very tall. She's very tall than the other girl. Ironically, in her game character mode, she makes the shortest character in Tekken Tag Tournament, as well as one of the shortest in Tekken Tag Tournament too. Part of Yoshimitsu's face has been seen for the first time in Tekken Tag Tournament. There's a low proportion of Kunimitsu's face is not covered by a mask that she wears by using the third costume. According to the art book that came with the Tekkens, Edition Tekken 6, it is unknown whether there is a beautiful woman or monster underneath the mask, similar to the mask that appears as the ugly item in Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 5 Kitsune's mask is called the Kitsune mask, and however, Soul Calibur 3 and Soul Calibur 5 is called the Fox mask. In Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, Yoshimitsu can be customized with her mask and knife and clothes. In Tekken 6, it's possible to customize Zafin, and resembles to Kunimitsu 9 can also be customized as Kunimitsu. All her endings take place in the forest. Kunimitsu appearance in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for the first time. She appears in Tekken game since Tekken Tag Tournament, which was over 11 years earlier. Jesus, a long time. Only 2 Tekken characters, the other being Chu or Org, to have flame attack. Kunimitsu, its entire face was accidentally revealed by the customization glitch in 2012, which has been corrected. However, the picture of her without her face is still on the internet. It is known that Kunimitsu has a large scar on her face and may potentially be blind. As the picture of her face is shown to has eyes closed, but this could be the result of the model unfinished since her face was probably never meant to be seen in the first place. Another event confirmed during the TGS 2020 interview that Kunimitsu is blind. Oh, that's very interesting. She's blind. That's very interesting, honestly. I didn't think she was blind. I thought she just wore the mask at all times. Taking Michael Chang is her sub-boss. She is also Michael Chang's sub-boss. She has the same fighting stance as Yoshimitsu and Paul Phoenix. She has the same voice actor as Yoshimitsu. Oh, that's cool. Despite having her dagger in her hand, she does not attack with them. She's the only character who doesn't have 10-hit combo. Her player 1 outfit is slightly different from the arcade version. Oops. Another one. Slightly different in the arcade version. V neck proportions over her bare chest, while the console version is fully covered. Tekken 2 Yoshimitsu, her sub-boss. She is also Yoshimitsu's sub-boss. She is the same fighting stance as Yoshimitsu and Paul Phoenix. Her stage is a Calvin wetland, which is the same background as the music in Agnencrow Watt stage Tekken Tag Tournament. She can be unlocked by beating the game once. Kunimitsu has an extra costume similar to Soul Calibur's Taki. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Kunimitsu returns with the redesign with the Kitsune mask and leaves her mouth uncovered, like her with the third costume mask. And from Tekken Tag Tournament 2, this mask is revealed to have 2 scars on her face, and special when posed Raven and Kunimitsu and Raven will flip sideways and vertically across for each other and put their hands together on their chest and slightly nod to each other, probably to simulate show gratitude towards each other for achieving victory. In order, they make ninja hand signals, simulating that Raven will also do the same with Yoshimitsu. She has also victory pose Yoshimitsu when she rises his sword and disappears as soon as she tries to slash him. She then aimlessly looks around. Other Kunimitsu is seen in the intro and Tekken, the motion pictures, along with other fighting that don't play a role in the movie. Kunimitsu makes a cameo in the appearance of Street Fighter X Tekken, where she is seen in the background on the Mishashi the Mashime stage background talking to Street Fighter character Sarah, who is Ibuki. Classmates Ibuki swap costumes is also based on Kunimitsu. Oh, really? That's very interesting. I didn't know that she was in the game as well, but she was just a background character. That's very interesting. I can't wait to see what her daughter's wiki is like and how she was raised. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe for videos like these, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye, little roses.